It's another huge weekend in the Premier League. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today, welcome to my Game Week 30 Premier League predictions. And God, Game Week 30, there's not long to go now until the end of the season. So yeah, obviously make sure to smash the like button, subscribe. Let's get into the video. Okay then, and the first game comes from Old Trafford. It is the early game, and it is Manchester United against Everton. Now, Manchester United did play last night. Of course, I am recording this on the Thursday. Well, I am recording this on the Thursday because I am streaming tomorrow, and I just don't have pretty much a lot of time to record tomorrow, so that's why I'm recording it today. So yeah, of course, Man United did play last night as they beat Brentford 1-0. Marcus Rashford's goal in that one. Of course, Everton played on Monday. They drew 1-1 with my club, Tottenham Hotspur. And to be fair, I think starting with the Everton game, I'm not gonna. Jesus Christ, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I generally think I thought Everton were better than us, I have to be honest. I think we played awful the whole game, and I thought Everton deserved 3 points, and I think Tottenham were I think we were lucky to get a draw, if I have to be honest. Manchester United last night, they were okay, I guess. It wasn't the best performance I saw from United, but United were probably just slightly better than Brentford. Brentford didn't really play that well either, if I have to be honest. Brentford just couldn't really create as many chances. But at the end of the day, a win is a win for United. Of course, United fans will be happy to hear that they are back in the top four. And the good thing is they can go third before Newcastle's game with Brentford. But yeah, for me, I think United should win this one. But Everton can be good on their day. I think Everton drew. Pardon me. I think Everton drew last time they went to Old Trafford. I think it was 1-1, I think. I'm not sure. Everton fans, let me know if I'm wrong there. But prediction, I think United will win this one. Pardon me. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 home win for Manchester United. Okay then, and the next game, it is a Midlands derby. It is Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Forest did lose 2-1 the other day against Leeds. I did watch the game, and to be fair, first half was it was okay, but I think second half was Leeds, if I have to be honest. Forest, I don't think Forest are that good second half, but of course after the Leeds game, people were saying, and there was loads of reports going around and rumours going around saying, is Steve Cooper going to get the sacked? Is Steve Cooper going to get the sack? What's going to happen with Steve Cooper? But the owner has backed Steve Cooper, and I think the owner's made the right decision there, if I have to be honest. Because considering Forest are in a relegation battle, and to be fair, Forest, the only thing that lets them down is their away form. When Forest at home are good, it's just the away form that lets Forest down. But to be fair, Villa, big win against Leicester in midweek, 2-1. By the way, out of all players, Bertrand Traore, I haven't heard about him in ages. But to be fair, what a goal it was by, I think he's Burkina Faso, I think. For the fans, let me know if I'm wrong there. But what a goal it was by Bertrand Traore. Literally hit it first time. What an absolutely brilliant goal. But yeah, for me, Villa, literally, they were literally sat 11th, mid-table, like maybe like a few weeks ago, or like a month ago, and now Villa are sitting in the Europe. Well, Villa were, now Villa, I think they're still sitting in the European place. What? And to be fair, you've got to give massive credit to Unai Emery. What a job he's done at Aston Villa. When Gerrard was there, Villa was 16th, and now they're 7th. They're trying to get in Europe, so massive credit has to go to Unai Emery. But for me, Forest, I think Forest are going to get battered, in my opinion. I think Villa are going to batter Forest. So I'm going to go Aston Villa 4, Nottingham Forest nil. I'm going to go with a 4-0 home win for Aston Villa. Okay then, and the next game is a big game at the GW30 Community Stadium in the capital. It is Brentford versus Newcastle, and what a win for Newcastle last night at the London Stadium. They absolutely battered West Ham 5-1. And the funny thing is, I don't know when it was, but Callum Wilson and Michael Antonio did a podcast for BBC Sounds. I don't know when it was. And Callum Wilson said to Michael Antonio, "Oh, give me a celebration." And Michael Antonio said, "Do the Macarena." And they were just laughing and joking. And Callum Wilson said, "I might do that again when doing the Macarena against West Ham." And he actually did that last night, so that was quite funny, I'm not going to lie. But honestly, Newcastle were absolutely world class yesterday. They were absolutely brilliant. I didn't watch the game, but what I heard and looking at the highlights, Newcastle were absolutely brilliant. Brentford, I don't think they were that good in my opinion. I think the only thing that Brentford struggled with yesterday, I think that they struggled getting forward and creating chances. I think that's just where Brentford struggled in my opinion. But this is honestly going to be a fantastic game. Brentford are fighting for Europe. Newcastle trying to get into the Champions League. I think this will be a very scrappy game in my opinion. I don't think it'll be high scoring. It'll be low scoring. It's going to be scrappy, but I'm going to back Newcastle here. I'm going to go Brentford 1, Newcastle 2. I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. Okay then, and the next game is Fulham against West Ham, and oh my god, what on earth happened to West Ham last night? What happened? What happened to West Ham yesterday? 5-1 loss at home against Newcastle. And like I said, I didn't watch the game, but of course I just said about Newcastle, and now we're going to talk about West Ham. West Ham, they were so bad. Looking at the highlights, West Ham. Cody sent me. I think Cody posted on the story or sent me it. Or I think he did both actually. But this West Ham fan said they were just awful. Honestly, looking at the highlights, West Ham was so bad. They were so bad. I swear to God, West Ham was so bad. They couldn't pass to each other. They couldn't do anything. And Lucas Fabianski. He was so not just him. West Ham was so bad. They were so bad. They were terrible. And honestly, considering West Ham are in Europe and they've just lost 5-1 to Newcastle. Honestly, but Fulham, Alexander Mitrovic has been banned for 8 games. 8 games. I think a bit too far there from the FA, but that's what the FA have decided. So Fulham have to cope with Carlos Vinicius up front for 8 games. He's a decent striker, but he's not as good as Mitrovic. But for me, Fulham last time out for them, Fulham did lose to Bournemouth actually, which wasn't a very good result for them. If you have to be honest, considering Fulham are trying to get in Europe. But Fulham, I think they'll bounce back with a 2-0 win. So my prediction is Fulham 2, West Ham 0, 2-0 Fulham. Okay, then of course we've got a big game now at the King Power Stadium. Down at the bottom, it is Leicester against Bournemouth, and of course Bournemouth did beat Fulham on the weekend, but Bournemouth did suffer to a defeat by Brighton. But to be fair to Bournemouth, they actually played alright. Again, I didn't watch the game, but looking at the highlights, Bournemouth looked like they actually played really well. Even though they lost 2-0, they created some good chances. And to be fair, Bournemouth looked like they played very, very well. Leicester, of course, did lose to Villa. Not a good result for Leicester, but for me, Leicester, this is a winnable game. To be fair, the game against Palace was a winnable game. The game against Palace was a winnable game and they lost. But again, it's a winnable game. But to be fair, Bournemouth, come on, they beat Fulham. They've beaten Liverpool. They played well against Brighton. Bournemouth will be up for this. Leicester will know that they've got to win this game. If they want to stay in the Premier League, Leicester have got to win this game. But for me, for me, I'm going to go with a draw. I think both teams will go for it. I'm going to go with a draw, though. So my prediction is Leicester 2, Bournemouth 2. I'm going to go 2-2. Okay, then, and the next game is a big game at the top. It is Spurs against Brighton. Two teams fighting for European football. Tottenham fighting for a place in the Champions League. And maybe you could say the same about Brighton. Because Brighton, I think Brighton are 4 points off the top 4, I think. And I think if Brighton win and other results go their way, Brighton will be 1 point off the top 4. So can we actually now say Brighton are in the top 4 race? Just imagine that. Imagine Brighton getting the top 4. Imagine Brighton finish in the top 4. That would be incredible, by the way. Champions League night at the Amex for Brighton. But to be fair, if I have to be honest, Spurs, we were lucky to get a draw. We were terrible. We were so bad against Everton. Everton were by far the better team. They weren't bad. We were so bad. We were so bad. Honestly, it's unbelievable how bad we played. And we just played terrible. I honestly, we didn't deserve a draw. Everton truly deserved to win that game. They were by far the better team. But I'm telling you now, Brighton are winning this. Brighton are a team that they don't give up. I think you've got to give Roberto De Zerbi some massive credit because he's done an unreal job. He came in halfway through the season and look what he's done. Brighton could be in the Champions League. It's unreal. I just can't believe it. It's unreal how I can't believe I'm saying that. Brighton are in the top 4 race. Brighton is unreal. But for me, prediction, I think we're going to lose. I'm not confident at all. So my prediction is Spurs 1, Brighton 2. 2-1 Brighton. Okay then, and the next game, it is Wolves against Chelsea at Molineux. Now, Chelsea have actually reappointed Frank Lampard as manager until the end of the season. Now, to be honest, out of all managers you could have get to the end of the season, Frank Lampard, honestly, I think, to be fair, it is to the end of the season, but he's not the best manager, is he? Can he get Chelsea? Can he get Chelsea maybe fighting for Europe, trying to fight for a place in the Conference League? No. I'm sorry, but Frank Lampard's a terrible manager. Oh my, I've only just realised this. He's going to take Chelsea to Real Madrid. Unlucky. I'm sorry, but Chelsea are going to get absolutely battered by Real Madrid. For Wolves though, what was the Wolves score? Who did Wolves play? Oh yeah, they drew with Forest. I didn't watch the games. I didn't really hear much about it, so I can't comment on much about that. But to be fair, Wolves, it's a chance for them to win because Chelsea aren't the best team. They did lose to Villa and they drew with Liverpool. But to be fair to Chelsea, I think they probably were the better team against Liverpool. They created a lot of chances, and Chelsea probably should have won that game. Well, Chelsea did score twice, but the first goal was offside. The second goal was handball on Kai Havertz. But Wolves could win this game, but for me, I think Chelsea will just win it narrowly. So I'm going to go Wolves 1, Chelsea 2, 2-1 to Chelsea. Okay then, and the next game, it is Southampton versus Manchester City at St Mary's Stadium. Now, City, I swear to God, if City lose this game, I swear to God. But to be fair, City did lose to Southampton at St Mary's in the Cup. But this is the Premier League, not the Cup. But Southampton, of course, they are bottom of the league. Southampton, last time out, they did lose against West Ham. To To be fair, I thought that game was really boring, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really enjoy that game. I thought it was really boring. But Southampton, it's gonna be tough. I think Haaland is back in training. I don't know if he's gonna start or not. But Haaland didn't start against Liverpool and City won 4-1. To be fair though, second half, Manchester City against Liverpool were absolutely brilliant. First half was a bit 50-50, but second half was pure dominance from Manchester City. For me, City have won this game, so I'm going to go Southampton 0, Manchester City 3-0 Manchester City. Okay, then, and the next game is another big game down at the bottom. It is Leeds United versus Crystal Palace at Ellen Road. Now, Leeds, of course, they did play on Tuesday as they got a huge, and I mean a huge, 2-1 win against Forest. And again, this is a chance for Leeds to win. And for me, Leeds could do it, but Palace got a big win themselves against another relegation rival in Leicester in Roy Hodgson's first game back as Crystal Palace manager. But Leeds, first off was, it's probably 50-50-ish, but I think second half was all Leeds. I don't think Forest played well second half, but I don't think Forest played well second half, but I thought Leeds were better second half. First half was 50-50-ish in my opinion. But Palace, to be fair, like I said, Palace was a big win against Leicester. And I mean a big win. That's a big win in Crystal Palace's season. Both teams will go for this, but for me, it's the Ellen Road effect. So Leeds are going to win. It's going to be Leeds 2, Crystal Palace 1, 2-1 to Leeds. Okay then, and it is the game of the week in the Premier League. It is Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. Now, what a game this is going to be. Can Liverpool maybe make the title race a bit more interesting, or will it just be another win for Arsenal? Liverpool, they did lose 4-1 against Man City. Liverpool, terrible second half, absolutely terrible. And to be fair, against the other day against Chelsea, Liverpool were terrible as well. And when the teams came out, Liverpool, they benched Salah, they benched Van Dijk, I think, and they benched Gakpo. Like, why are they doing that? That's so random. I don't know why. They started Firmino. They started Firmino, Jota, Simicaz, and they started I can't remember who they started. And they started Matip and Joe Gomez. What are they doing? I have no idea. Maybe they're resting them for this big game on Sunday. But for me, Liverpool, second half. But to be fair, first half against Manchester City, they were decent. But second half against Man City, they were terrible. And then the whole game against Chelsea, Liverpool were terrible. But to be fair, Arsenal haven't actually won at Anfield since 2012. I think Arsenal, last time they won at Anfield was 2012. So for me, I think this is a big opportunity for Arsenal to finally win at Anfield. But to be fair, I think you'll remember the last time Liverpool played one of the big six at Anfield. Man United fans, cover your ears. Of course, Liverpool did win 7-0 against Manchester United. So, of course, Liverpool did win 7-0 against Manchester United. So, can Liverpool turn up again at Anfield against one of the big six? But for me, I think Arsenal have got this in the bag. Liverpool, terrible second half against City, terrible the whole game against Chelsea. Arsenal, of course, last time out. With that win against Leeds. First half was a bit meh-ish, but Arsenal's second half were all over Leeds, if I have to be honest. But prediction, I'm going to get into it. So my prediction for this big game on Sunday is Liverpool 1, Arsenal 3. 3-1 to Arsenal. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you next video in a bit.